Hi Steve, here's let's have a look here of our lesson yesterday. Um, on the right here, I want you to notice something. We were talking about that breakdown of the left arm at the top. I want you to notice here, uh, in the interest of getting better trunk rotation, upper body. I want you to notice when your upper body trunk rotation stops. It's about right here. You're all done, and then watch. This is where the breakdown of the arm and the golf club start continuing on. That's where you get that little breakdown. So now you're very narrow here because of that, right? So watch how steep you're going to come down now. You're going to come right down here and almost get a little too much lag. So what we were after, their lesson was to try to widen that arc out on the downswing. So I'd almost tell you to hit some balls and say, all right, I want to stop about right here because I got good width. Now the question is, can I rotate everything down here, right, to enable that to continue to rotate too, so I can keep my arm straight, okay? So we're kind of stopping the upper rotation here because of the hip turn too, and then the arms just keep going. So that's where you get your breakdown of your left arm. So now your hands are going to get real close to your right ear here. And then we get a little narrow there as far as the radius of the circle. And we're coming in a little steep there. That's where you're going to get some of your toe hits. There's your little, you've got a late flip, but we're not quite getting it rotated early enough on the way to the ball. Okay. Look at that full speed here. Full speed, can't see that, but other than the breakdown. So we talked about on the left here, I'd like to see you clean up this posture also on the left. See how you're bending over quite a bit, and your head kind of comes up a little bit. You're not as bent over there at the top as you were, okay? So from this view, it's more posture related. And about the only other thing I want to kind of talk about here that we didn't during the lesson is I want you to let that head release a little bit earlier. Find the ball in the air sooner. That'll help our forward swing rotation a little bit. That's how long it takes for your head to rotate. Find the ball right there. So you're not seeing the ball until quite late in terms of, you don't need to have to keep your head down. That's for higher handicappers, perhaps. Let me give you a picture of let's see. There's a guy that does a good head rotation, Robert Allenby. Watch how his head rotates with, his head's already rotated towards the ball. It's almost like his eyes can see the ball here already. And his head will continue to rotate and follow the flight of the ball. David Duval, Annika Sorenstam, other kind of early head releasers. That's kind of, I like that move. It's something I kind of incorporate in my swing a little bit when I go sideways. Kind of gets things syncing up a little bit better on the downswing. So you don't flip so much. I think you're flipping late because your head's staying back a long time. And that can contribute to some of those fat irons too. Okay, so top of the swing essentially was a big deal. Um, I still think it is. So I'd like to widen out the top of the swing there. I like to have that much space between your hands and your head by the time you finish your backswing. So we got to get the trunk rotated up here a little bit. And I think letting that hip bump a little bit to the right is going to free that up a little bit, as we discussed. Okay. Let's see a couple more here. Little driver backswing here. Caught that one too late. Got a good golf swing. Don't want to mess too much. I'm going to get that face released into the back of the ball. Face is a little too open there, so it's probably not going to catch up. Still open. This is where he came down on it real steep and hit it up in the air. Too high. Full motion looks good. Let's just kind of, I think, the top of the swing and the upper body rotation, get some width and extension at the top there. I think that's going to be a good revisit. A little less pause. That's kind of what it looks like these days. I'm going to resend your old video from last year too, okay? So you can have a look and you can hear comments for both. Okay? Keep me posted.